Welcome to August. We are on the downside of 2022, but definitely on the upside of things here at EazyBot. So many amazing things happening. We're very, very excited about what we've accomplished. We had an amazing July. We're set up and poised for an awesome August. Those of you guys who have been trading with us through the entire month of July, you saw your bots absolutely on fire, especially a couple of days there towards the end of the month. And so Mohammed's going to jump in today and actually go into a couple of updates. We'll look at a live account, lots of stuff to cover.
Okay, so yeah, I'll just share the normal progress that I used to share on Friday. On today, since we are just converting now, we're not doing Friday calls anymore. It's going to be every Monday. So the last section will be mine to discuss about the market insights, and we're going to look at the same account that we have been looking at, and we're going to look also at that trade that we're following, the AAVE. So let me just start by sharing my screen and go to the PowerPoint. I prepared a small presentation here. Okay, so yeah, these are the topics. We're going to see how EazyBot is pulling down the average price on the same trade that we have been following for the last 3 months. And we'll see how EazyBot is taking profit when the market is going up, and we'll look at the account performance. Okay, so this is, let me just move forward. It's not supposed to be this way. Okay, this is the last week on 22nd, on the last Friday, when we were discussing, this was the situation of this coin. The price was 96, and the profit was up to 806.9. The average price was 173.17. The starting trade is the same. The price was 251. So the analyses are below here. The market have dropped about 61%. Still, EazyBot have made 806 in profit, and the trade on the top was pulled down 31%, which is 77.83. So let's look at from 22nd of July until now, which is, we're talking about 10 days or 9 days from that time until now. So
Mohammed, how much were they did they start trading with this particular token?
The initial amount started here was 8,100, and then we increased when the market moved down a little bit. So
okay,
yeah. So here, this is the situation right now on 1st of August. The initial price is the same. It's 251 because we cannot change that. That happened already. And right now the price, yeah, look at this, guys. The market price is almost the same as it was before 10 days. It's now it's previously it was 96. Now it's 97.2. So not a big difference, but in between that timeline of 10 days, the market have really moved up and down many times. And the bot is using that kind of movement to create profit. So let's see how much profit I've created. Okay, so the market price is 97, as you can see here. So the market have dropped 61%, almost the same as before, comparing the initial price with the current market price. The average price have really moved down. Previously, if you can see here, it was 173.17. Right now it's 168. And that, how did it happen? Because of the market movement, and 50% of the profit is used to pull that down. The profit right now have increased to 928. So within these couple of days, the bot have profit about 122 USDT. And that's only 50% of the profit, because the other 50% was used to bring down that average price from 173 to 168. That means the total drop of the average price from the top trade is moved from 31 to 32.89%. And it will keep on happening day in and day out until eventually the market price is going to be meeting with the average price, where the whole trade is going to be closed when the market goes above the average price by 1.5%. Then start the process of taking profit or closing the trades. Maybe that's going to happen 40% down this trade, or 50%, or even more. We don't know. We just keep on watching and following the market, because we cannot create the market. We can only follow the market and adapt to that. Okay, this is about pulling down the average price. Now, let's talk about this trade here, which have made, look at this here, this trade. This trade specifically have made, and not this one actually, sorry, let me just correct it while we're in the call. It's supposed to be this one. Okay. If you see in this cycle here, normally trades are making like $1, $2, $3 in profit, except for this one. This one here have made 9.9 USDT, this small trades. Why did it make this? Because when we look at the market movement, it was just here. And when the market really went up high here, and then it closed the trade up, because as we said, EazyBot is always using retracement. Unless the market starts showing some movement down by 0.5%, it's not going to be closing the trade. And that's where it happened. This was the average. So this is where the price taken, where the trade has taken. It was taken at the price of 95. This is AAVE. Yeah, it's AAVE 95, and that was on 31st of July, exactly at 12:21 p.m. Dubai time. That was the place. The market started moving down. It did not reach to a point where it can take the next cover. Actually, I think it took the next cover, not sure. So then here it came to a place where it can close the trade. It was somewhere here, but the market was only moving up. If you look at this green candle, that means the market was moving up. So the bot decided not to close it here, to close it at the highest possible points, and that's what happened. It just went up high here, waited for the market to reach the peak, and then the market started moving down by the 0.5%, then closed it here. So instead of just making 1%, it made 9.19%, and that's how exactly I designed the strategy to work. Another trade here, this one actually made 13.57%. If you look at the top here, it was the first trade was taken at the price of 1.31. This coin, I think, is CRV. Yes, it's CRV. And that was on 28th of July at 5:46 p.m. Dubai time. You can look at the chart, real chart in Binance or in Kucoin, and you will find the exact numbers. And then the market went down -2%, and then it took the next trade. Took another trade at the price of 1.283. 83, yes, 1.283. That was at like 1 hour later, more or less, 6:34 p.m. And then from that point here, this is the average. One trade was taken here, one trade was taken here. So from that point, the market was only going up, moving up. If you can see here, it was only moving up. So EazyBot was always following the highest price, waiting for a retracement. Here, if you see the market have retraced a bit, but it's not equivalent to the 0.5 that's needed to close. So the market kept on moving up, and then it went to the peak here, and then it started moving down, and this is where it closed the trade when the market went down by 0.5%, ending up making 13.57% instead of just making instead of just making 1%, 13.5%.
Wow.
Normally these cycles in the same trade are making as low as 1 USDT or 2 USDT, but this one made 29.9 USDT in profit because the market was going up. So did I know
this
that the market
was all on Thursday? This was all on Thursday. Okay,
right.
This was in
It's
a
on the
24-hour period, guys.
And it closed
And
at 10. On the same day at 10.
Wow,
10
this
PM.
is the power of the it's like a trailing sell order, guys. In trading, they have something called a trailing stop, that it's like a safety net. When the market's dropping real fast, it'll close out that sell. Unless the market's dropping too fast, then it could go right through that stop, and people that are trading based on this type of strategy, they're freaking out. We're here, when the market drops, we want it to drop fast, because we don't have a trailing stop, we have a trailing buy. And when the market goes up fast, it's the same thing. It's a trailing sell. So we could see right here, this one particular trade on CRV, and this week we killed it on CRV. I know my account did. I've got a buddy's account that did. I mean, killed it on CRV. So this is so exciting. This is the importance of diversification too, because you don't know which token is going to do this. So, we offer the free version. You get to trade with 2 tokens, but you really aren't diversified enough to really catch these. So the key is to upgrade to at least the advanced, where you could be trading 10 tokens. But this is so powerful. I know I interrupted you. I'm really good at that, Mohammed. I'm so sorry, brother.
That's okay. Don't worry. That's fine. So yeah, these are 2 examples of if we are to find more examples, there are I think, hundreds of examples right now, but we just picked up those which came to our knowledge while we are looking at the accounts and so on and so forth. So if you look at your own account, if you're trading this coin, you would see something like this, or maybe other coins also. You would see many trades making more profit than the other trades, and this is because the market was moving up at that time. Did we know that the market is going to go up? Did we make any technical analysis? No, it's just mathematical equations designed into this bot, which is just looking at parameters, which is looking at the market the way we instructed. And this is how it is. We cannot know the future. We can just only work on the worst case scenario, and then it works definitely on the best case scenario. Yes, coach, please.
Let me interrupt you one more time too, guys. This is unique to EazyBot. The other bots that we've used, what they'll do, it's programmed to take a trade at a certain amount of profit. So it takes it at a small profit, and then it re-enters, and it might miss some of that profit. Then it takes that profit, it re-enters, misses some of that profit. This one is designed where it takes it all the way up if the market's moving fast, just like we see here. Phenomenal design, Mohammed.
Thank you. So yeah, these are just two examples that I wanted to share today. Now let's go to the account that we have been following also for the past couple of weeks. No, before that, actually, we have this this trade. I don't know if I shared it in the last call or not. I think David have shared it, but let's look at it one more time, because this here shows the story of EazyBot, of how since the beginning, I was always saying that EazyBot is going to open the trade at the top, close it at the bottom, and make profit. And this is exactly what happened into this trade. If you see here, the bot have opened the trade into this position when the price was 42, and then the market was only this. The market decided to move down. The market only went down, and went down up to 70.3%, and the bot was buying and selling in small bits and pieces, and making small profits, and helping this trade on the top to come down using 50% of the profit. And it was brought down up to this level here, actually lower than this, because it's closed here with profit. When the market goes up here, it just closed the trade, which was opened at the price of 42. It closes 34.5% down, and closed the whole cycle here, and took out the profit and the USDT back. So opened at 42.18, closed at 27.45 price, and that's almost 35% down. And this is exactly how we designed it. If the market decided, if the market decided at that time to stay here, that's fine. Still, this trade is going to be pulled to this point and then be closed here with profit, maybe higher profit, because the more it goes down, the more it takes more independent covers, and the volume becomes bigger. It makes more profit when it's eventually closed. Here you go. This is a comparison. This is the last one on the left, the previous one, and on the right-hand side is the new one. If you see the total profit on 22nd of July was 9.34%, which is 1,587. Today, 1st of August, the total profit is 11.34%. That's mean 1,927. So that means the profit have increased almost 2% within the last 10 days. So if we take the same page, that's in 10 days, it's 2%. So if every 10% it gives 2%, that means it's around 6% in a month. Again, we don't know how the market is going to behave in the next 10 days or the next 1 month or the next 1 year. The bot is only going to be just climbing the candles and buying and selling based on the algorithm I designed in it. The highest performer is still the Matic. Matic was have given 23% previously, and now it rise to 26%. Almost all the coins have given more profit. If you see, File is the one have increased maybe the most. It was only at 5.4%. Now it's 10.7%. That means have increased almost 5%. Link have increased from 11.6 to 13.66%. That's about 3% or 2%. Litecoin LTC from 8.88 to 10.77%. XRP from 7.76 to 8.8, and BTC from 3.3 to 3.53. XMR from 6.6 to 7.7, ETC from 9.39 to 14.8. Yeah, so this is almost 5% for ETC, Ethereum Classic. Doge changed from 9.56 to 10.9. So that's about 1.5%, 1.4%. TRX from 6.68 to 7.1%. XLM from 6.47 to 7.4. And then BTC from 4.99 to 5.88. DOT from 6.6 to 9.26. If you see there's big variety between the coins. Some of them have increased just 1%, some of them have increased more than 5%. That's why it's always wise to diversify in terms of coins. Have your funds trading in as many coins as you can, because you don't know which coin is going to be performing the best in the next hour or the next 1 year or in the next 1 month. So put the funds in as many coins as possible and let the bot trade for you, or choose as many coins as possible and let the bot trade. So if some coins are not performing well, the other ones are going to compensate, and you will end up having a kind of a stable income or a stable profit month in and month out. Yeah, that's all from my side today. So back to you, Coach and David.
David, you want to come on in?
Yeah, what an amazing, awesome story. Mohammed, would you mind just leaving that up for just a second? Go back one slide. I think you're still sharing. Yeah, perfect. Yeah. Guys, if you didn't already, get a screenshot of this. This is just such an amazing story. And all the things that Mohammed talked about is the importance of diversification, having a portfolio where you're allowing EazyBot to deal with whatever's happening in the market. I love the fact that the way Mohammed's designed the strategy is we're not trying to figure out what's going to happen next. We're simply prepared for it. So if it goes up, we're prepared for it. If it goes down, we're prepared for it. In either scenario, the end result is profit in the account. And so guys, this is why we're so excited, why there's so much momentum behind EazyBot, is that it just works. And there's proof that it works. There's thousands and thousands of trades getting closed every single day. And we're just really, really excited about where we're headed. Guys, again, keep in mind Friday's call, we've removed that from the schedule. So we'll continue to do this call every single Monday. So please join us on Mondays. If you're sharing this with others and building a team, make sure your team members come out and join us on this call. And we're really excited to just kind of see the progress. I think we should maybe we do a raffle in the coming weeks, and you guys can guess which coin performed the best in the last 7 days. Give away some prizes, do something fun.
That sounds great.
All right, Vernon, you've got your hand up. Come on in with your question or comment, and then we've got a couple more updates. Thank you, Mohammed. Certainly appreciate you.
Yeah, I have a two-part question. And the first part is the phrase bringing down the average price. I've heard that used a lot. I just want to clarify that in my, the way I understand it, that EazyBot isn't bringing down the average price by itself. There are other market forces at work that are bringing down the average price, and that EazyBot is just participating in the buying opportunity that comes as the average price goes down. Do I have that understanding correctly? So it's not EazyBot that's doing it by itself, bringing down the average price.
I'll take a shot at it, and I'd love to get Mohammed's take. So I would say yes. This is the work that EazyBot does for the user. So the market's going up or down, and it's going up or down in some variance of a percentage. What I mean by that is you may have a coin that started trading today at $100, and it's trading between, say, $105 and maybe $95. That's the variance that you're seeing it trade at, over a couple of days. And EazyBot's looking at those ups and downs as opportunities to either buy or pick up additional positions. When we pick up additional positions, we're selling off portions of those positions and taking a piece of that profit to lower the average price. So when we talk about to your first question, when we talk about the trade at the top, so EazyBot uses a combination of strategies. One of those is what we call martingale. So martingale basically recognizes that we're going to take an entry point, and if we see an opportunity to pick up that same asset at a discounted price, we're going to take advantage of that, and we're going to double down. So we might have bought, one Bitcoin at $100, we're going to buy 2 Bitcoin when it drops to 75, as an example. And so the first 3 entry points, or the first 3 points of entry in a trade, are all part of this average price. And technically 4. So we've got the initial entry and then 3 additional purchases. Those 4 purchases trades become the average of what you own this asset for. So if we bought one at 100, another at 90, another one at 80, and another one at 70, we've got an average of $75, if I'm not mistaken. My math might be slow, but whatever that's the average price between those 4 purchase positions. And so now EazyBot has to get to that number. If it's 75, then we've got to get to 75 plus in order to make profit. As opposed to, we started at 100, we no longer have to get back to 100. Now, beyond that, if we drop below the third cover, the third additional purchase, and if we get into the lower covers, 4, 5, and beyond, then those are independent. So they're going to open and close based on wherever the market is. So that coin that we got into today, that's 100, next week it's down at $50. Well, we're using our independent position that can buy and sell. So we went from 50 to 51, closed at profit to $1, $2, and we took half of that and it went to lower the average price. So if we were at an average price of $75, we're taking a portion of that profit, pulling that average price down, so that we want to meet where the market is actually functioning. There's always a market for every asset. It's just a question of, are we participating in that market or has it left us? So EazyBot's job is to bring us to wherever the market is. Whether it's up, we're selling in profit, or down, we're picking up in discounts and simply bringing down the average price so that we can close.
Okay, is Mohammed going to answer that also?
Mohammed, you want to chime in here?
Yeah, sure. Okay. I think I explained that in the video where I explained how exactly it works. Okay. As I was always mentioning that EazyBot is not creating the web; it's surfing the web. I mean, the market is doing whatever it has to do, and then EazyBot is reacting accordingly. And it's being programmed to, this strategy is being programmed to work on the worst case scenario. That means if the market goes down. So what is the worst case scenario that can happen here? The worst case scenario is that the market, when you start, the market starts just only falling and going down. And when the market goes down, it stays there. Let me just use the whiteboard. That's going to be explaining it in easier way, I think. Just set this. Okay. So let's draw the market axes. This is the price, and this is the time. Now, what's the worst thing that can happen is that you start here and the market start only falling down, coming down and coming down, and then staying here. Whether this is -50 or -60 or -70, and never come back up again. Now, the first 4 trades on the top, which is at -2%, -5%, and then -8%. These are all combined into one trade, which we call it the average price on the top. Just grab this, change the color. So this is our average price somewhere here. So into this is our break-even point. Break-even point is the average price. So we bought something at -2%. A couple of the quantities at we started at 3.39% at the beginning, and then at -2%, or maybe further than 2%, because there is a pullback, cover pullback. It has to still pull back before we buy the next cover. Because if the market is going down dramatically, the bot's not going to buy anything. It waits for the market to stabilize. And how does it know that the market stabilized? By showing up movement of 0.5% from the lowest price. Taking the example, if took it like -2% and then -5% and then -8%, our average price for all of these trades here is going to be somewhere here, because the quantities are different. Let's say here at the beginning we took 1x. 1x is 3.39%, and here again it's 1x. And when the market goes -5%, we took 2x, which is 2 times the initial order, and then the last order in this place is taken 4x, 4 times the initial order. That means our average price will come somewhere here. So let's talk a little bit about this average price. What's in this average price? How do we calculate the average price? In this average price, we have couple of variables. And because we are doing spot trading, we are buying coins. We're not buying leverage. We're buying coins, coin against coin. We're using USDT to buy a specific amount of coin. So let's say, as an example, we spent 300 USDT in all of these 3 places to buy coins. And how many coins did we buy? Let's say we bought 0.5 coins as an example. So how do we calculate the average price in this case? Average price is going to be equal to the amount of money that we spent in USDT divided by the number of coins. This is our break-even points. In other words, why do we do this formula? The break-even points is the point of price where I sell all the coins that I purchased and get my money back, which is 300 in this case. That's why if we want to know the price, we have to divide the amount of money that we spent divided by the number of coins that we are owning. That gives us the break-even point, which is the average price. In this case, 300 divided by 0.5 is 600. So again, in this line here, we have the average price 600, and we have this number of coins and this amount of USDT that we spent. So what happens if the market goes down and stays here? We still have this trade open on the top. How do we handle that? And this is what we call as 50% of the profit made here is used to bring down the average price. How does EazyBot do that? It's very simple. After this trade, let me just change the color. After this trade here of -8%, there are independent covers or independent trades very close to each other's. The difference between each one another is as low as 1%. So it's like a grid bot here. Let me just take it all the way down. So it goes down up to cover 35. So I'm not going to draw all the 35, so I will just make it as an example. And as the market goes down and fluctuates in a daily basis, and we know that the daily fluctuation for the market, cryptocurrency market is between 1 to 5% plus or minus. So, and the difference between these covers is as low as 1%. So definitely the daily movement is going to cross a couple of these lines. So it's going to be buying and selling a couple of times a day. It can happen that a full day is not, it doesn't buy or sell anything. It depends all on the market movement, but most of the days is going to be buying and selling. So let's talk about only one of those orders. Let's talk about this area here. Let me just get another color just to show you. Let's talk about this area here. This is small trade. So across this line, I took a cover here and it sold it here. Let me just use another one. Yeah. So that means in this case, it took a trade here and it sold it here. Let's consider that just as this, for the sake of example, that in this trade, we have made a profit of $2 or 2 USDTs. Let me just put a line again, so the profit came from here is 2 USDTs. How does EazyBot is going to be handling that profit? It's not going to show you all the amount as profit. It's going to use 50% of that as profit, which in this case, $1 is profit. And then it's going to be using the other 50%, which is in this example is $1, is going to be used to offset the average price. How is it offsetting the average price mathematically? It's going to be using this $1 or whatever the amount is. I'm just using dollar just to make the math easier. And minus it from this 300. Now, again, let's get back to this average price. In this average price, we have amount of USDT that we spent and amount of coins that we are owning at the moment, and average price. Average price is the amount of USDT that we spent divided by the number of coins, and this is our break-even point. So what happens here? Once we earn 1 USDT in the down market, is going to be subtracted from the 300. So 300 minus 1 is going to be 299. This amount is 299. How about the number of coins? Are they going to change? No, because we are already owning that amount of coins, 0.5 coins. What happens again to the average price? The same formula. We're not going to change it. But the amount of USDT here is lower, is 299. We're going to divide 299 divided by 0.5, and that's 598. What just happened is that the average price moved down a little bit, the USDT. Another trade happens in the down market, it moved down a little bit more. Another trade happens, it moved down more. Another trade happens, it moved down more. Another trade happens, it moved down more until it reaches to the first open trade in the independent covers or independent trades, Once it reaches the same price, it's going to include this cover or this trade along with the average price, and everything moved down. It's not going to leave anything behind. It's going to include everything and move them down and move them down until eventually this average price, including all the independent positions in between, comes to the current market price. And that's the point where the bot is going to be looking for the market going above that by 1.5%, and then start the process of taking profit for the whole cycle, and then close the whole cycle, and then bring back the money all in USDT, then start another trade if you're putting it in cycle at this position, and then start all over again from 0.0 in here, if you choose to. If you don't choose to, then you can just close the trade. You get all your money in USDT without the market having to come back up again here, because no one knows when the market is going to come back up again. So does this explain?
Well, Mohammed, if you don't mind,
Yeah, of course.
I've had people ask me, well, can I just do this type of trading on my own? How does this compare to live trading? And as somebody who was full-time day trading cryptocurrency, I had 13 screens open in front of me. I had my Bitcoin candlestick chart Chromecasted into my bedroom at night. Guys, this does this in nanoseconds, 24/7. There is no way that I could do this on my own. And if somebody can, they're putting in hours and hours and hours trying to execute these trades, and also bringing the average cost price down, like what Mohammed just showed you. This is genius, guys, and we have it. So Mohammed, back to you. I just wanted to share that.
Yeah, thank you. I just want to ask the person who have asked the question, is this clear or needs more clarification?
Let me just answer that question by saying that, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes, by saying that every time you explain it exactly the same way, so that, you know, I have confidence in the fact that it works, because you explain it the same way every single time. And number two part of the answer is that I have a partner who's coming in as my first leg, and he's an artificial intelligence specialist. And he told me that he's been working on the same kind of, he's been practicing the same thing that you're doing here automatically. He's been doing it on his own manually for a number of years. And he's made a lot of money doing it himself manually. That takes a lot of time though. And that he's very happy to have been introduced to this, because it's going to save him a lot of time, because the bot can do what he was doing manually and making money automatically. So there's no doubt in my mind that this system works. And, you know, I'm happy to be here at the beginning. The second question I had, and this will be very brief because it's kind of a futuristic question, is that most of the coins that we are trading, including Bitcoin, are based more on speculation than on utility. And I just wonder, Mohammed, at what point you see actual usage of the coins for creating applications coming online. I know Ethereum is going to change their system next month so that you can build more applications. So do you see that as the beginning of the applications part of the next step of the evolution of these coins? Because a lot of them now you really can't do anything with except speculate on them going up or down.
Okay.
That's the question.
Okay, I cannot answer that question actually in details, because I'm not a coins specialist. We have a team who's looking at the coins. I mean, to select the coins and how do we select them. So I don't really have a specific answer to this. I'm sorry for this to say that. If I don't have the answer, I would say I don't have the answer. I don't have to invent answers. So
okay.
So yeah, it's though I would still not say that it's based on speculations, because here in EazyBot we're not speculating the market. We're just working based on the worst case scenario. I don't care, to be honest with you, if the market the next day goes up or go down, because in either cases the bot is going to be working. based on the fact that the market is fluctuating. Whether it's going down, it's going to fluctuate. Whether it's going out, it's going to fluctuate. If it's going sideways, it's still going to fluctuate with the values that we want to have. We're using here in EazyBot to make profit. And let me also come back a little bit and talk about the question about, can I do it manually? Yes, obviously you can do it manually. This is made by man, and it can be also executed by man. But the problem would be, now in my account, for example, I have 19 coins trading. Can you look at 19 charts at the same time, every second, and analyze at the same time and buy and sell multiple times? No, you cannot do that. That's how the artificial intelligence or the technology is helping us to save time. Now I don't have to be in front of the screen. I'm not a trader. Maybe coach knows trading much more than me. But I'm mathematical.
I know that it can't be done. Let's just say that. Let's say too, here's an important point. Michael went on vacation, and the bot, he put that up. I don't know if he put that direct to me or for everybody. No, it's for everybody. So you guys can look at what his bot did while he was on vacation, completely closed out Cardano for him. And that says it all. You know, the bot will give a pro trader their time freedom back, and it'll also give a complete novice the ability to trade like a pro trader. So we've got it, guys. This is the most fantastic product I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah, but also, Vernon, I heard you saying that you have a partner who was working in strategies and trading some time back. He's more than welcome here to create his own strategy, because EazyBot is not only on my strategy, which is built in. People can choose it as a choice, but they can also use the default strategy and create their own strategy. And very soon, assume maybe in a week time, we're going to be giving more parameters for people to play around with and to make their own strategy and make their own settings and so on and so forth. And I'm sure that he's going to be in love with it. And if he comes up with a good strategy, please let us know so that we can have a look at that.